Well, this is putting some studs into a concrete wall here in the basement of a house I own, so I'm fearless. You can see this is the masonry drill bit that I bought. 5/32 it tells you is the size of the diameter. How do I know I want that? I know because the screws that I bought tell you what size drill to use. In fact, these screws came with a drill that I used, and it was dull after one hole. It was really kind of silly. They shouldn't even actually do that, because then you have to go back and buy another one. They should put a Bosch in there. But anyway, this is the drill I bought on Amazon also, and this drill costs less than a one-day rental at the home store. You know, that big home store that has an orange sign like this? Well, this cost, I think, about 40 bucks, under 40 bucks, and the rental was 50 for one day. So there's no way I could have done all this in one day. This is a little piecemeal project. I'm doing one at a time. This thing has hammer and regular drilling capacity, and it has a little button you press here and you tighten the chuck. I actually gave this a bad review. I didn't read the manual, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna I have to tighten the chuck, I have to hold it. And it had so much torque that I was hurting my hand to tighten the drill, and I didn't realize, well, that's not how you do it, dummy. You hold the button, and this is locked, and you can tighten it down. Excuse me. So here, what are we doing today? Putting these studs in, and why? I'm going to make some shelves like this. You can see I put some notched wood, and behind the sheetrock that you can't see, there's a 2x4 of what we're doing today. And I think they have about 4 or 5 cement masonry screws. I don't know who's going to own this house in the future, but I wanted these to have a lot of capacity, that if they put something heavy, that I was worried that a screw in the cement would tend to loosen and come out. So what I did was I put on the both ends, I set the shelves on a vertical piece. This is a 2x6, so it drives all the rotational energy into the cement floor, and hopefully it won't fall off someday when I'm long gone, I would assume. So here is how I did it. I started with a 2x4, and I have the exact spot where I want the stud. You can't see, but up above the builders of the house hung a sewage line, and in order to do that, they put a stud about this long with a couple of hammered nails into the concrete, which I'm crazy about, putting nails into concrete. But it holds up the sewage line, but I think it's doing okay. So what did I do? I put the stud right underneath it, where their stud stops, cut it just right, and then I drilled a hole, and I drilled, and I came through, and I touched the concrete. This is not a masonry bit. I touched the concrete, made a little divot, which is not hard to do. This is very hard cement, and it's old, which makes a difference. The older it is, the harder it is. And I made a little divot, and then I made my three holes in this case, and I put a little red circle around so I know where that mark is. Then I come along with my hammer drill, and I go to town. So how do I know how deep I'm going to go? Well, I know the exact length of this nail. I know the exact width of my wood. I know how far that should sink into the concrete. And then, of course, hammer drills, I think almost all come with a depth stop, and you just measure. Gives you a little spot, and I actually I even did a test that how deep is this going to go past the 2x4, and it worked out really well. And so I've done all those. I'm much more than halfway through my project here. So that's really it on this video. I just want to show you a little bit how it goes. You should go ahead and turn your volume off, and I should really have on my my ear protection. It does. It's not that loud, but over time it does add up. These are not the best. These are 3M, but these are not my good ones. But fine for this. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. You're going to need to turn your sound back up. This gets a little hot. I have a cup of water here, and so I'll drill for a while, And when I can sense that this is getting hot, and actually, if you're very careful, you can sort of feel your way up. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's getting warm here. Yeah, it's hot enough that after maybe 15 seconds of drilling, I just take it and I just dip it in some water, and cools it off immediately. You know, it's sort of like a drill press that has constantly shooting water or oil for coolant. Okay, here we go again. It's going to be loud. And I don't press hard. That's it. Okay, so that was pretty quick. And that's the same drill bit I've been using all along, so it's really great. I think keeping it cool keeps it from getting dull too fast. Obviously the metal is temporary. The metal edge there is kind of temporary. Okay, I hope that helps. Good luck on your project.